Excuse me. Hey guys, David here, and I got a question about how to increase believability and credibility even when you have no results. So I'd like to go over that. Um, the way that I started out as far as online marketing and all that stuff, I wasn't building my own list, so I didn't really run into this problem or this kind of thing until I really started going out there and building my own list. At that point in time, I wasn't talking to a whole bunch of people. I wasn't mailing out thousands of postcards. I wasn't, I was doing what I could, but I didn't have a ton of money to go out there and market and stuff. So what I ended up doing was, doing a little bit of solo ads, a little bit of marketing here, a little bit of marketing there, some classified ads, and I would start getting people onto my list, right? I got my first couple of leads, and, within I think like 200 or 300 leads, I hadn't made any sales at that point in time, but someone had messaged back to one of my autoresponders, right? They had messaged back saying, what is your, how many sales have you made? What kind of results have you had with this, right? And at that point in time, I figured out the best way to address those type of questions, right? I sat down at my computer and I hit exit, and I didn't say anything to them. And you know what? A couple days later, after I first got this question, I had someone join me. And that person didn't ask me what my results were. So I focus, I guess the tip here is focus on the people who aren't asking those questions. If them joining, you have to be successful, then they're not going to make it anyway, because your success is no indicator of anyone else's success, right? My success is not an indicator of anyone else's success. This isn't a lottery system, so it's not like, oh, I got the lucky ticket, I got $1 million business. That's not how it works. We actually have to go out there and market and advertise. So the people who are wondering if you have results are probably going to be more difficult to deal with anyway, right? There's no real reason to ask me what my results are. There isn't, because if you watch the video, and this is the other tip, is leverage other people's actual results. So if you don't have any results, like in the beginning when I didn't have any results, what I started doing inside of my follow-up was showing people other people's results, right? So that alleviated a lot of the questions that I got about my results. That was until I started having, days where I was making money, right? And what you need to understand is that you don't really need to be making money to show your results. There are people out there right now who have been in tons of different businesses, online, offline, whatever you want to call it, multi-level marketing, all that stuff, and they've never gotten any leads. Never. So for you to actually have 5 leads or 10 leads or whatever it is that you've done, whether it be in a week, in a month, or a year, whatever, that's more results than them, right? So leverage the results that you do have. If you're not making sales yet, leverage that you're getting leads. Teach people how to do that. That also increases believability. When you teach someone something that they didn't know how to do, they probably will start thinking that you know more than they do, right? It's just natural. If I'm interested in a hobby, or I'm interested in something and it's my first time looking at it, and I see someone who's been doing it and looks confident in what it is that they're doing, I'm kind of going to follow what it is that they're saying, right? That's another thing. Like, you have to be confident in what it is that you're doing, even if you have no idea what it is that you're doing. In the beginning, when I was starting out and I was selling an ebook over the phone by placing classified ads and people were calling the ads, and then I was selling this ebook, I was confident in my sales and my ebook, even though I'd never done anything like that before. It doesn't matter that you've never done it or that you've never gotten the results that someone assumes that you should have before you start. It doesn't matter. None of that stuff is real. And I talk about that in a lot in these videos about things that are real and things that aren't, right? Most of the stuff that we think is real is not real. It's all up here. So if you focus on the people who are not asking the questions about your results, and then you start putting inside of your follow-up, or any way that you are actually following up with people, you're showing them other people who've gotten results, it kind of alleviates the questions, because it's not up to me or you to get results, right? I ignored people in the beginning who asked me about results, and I still got results. So it's not about answering everyone's questions. It's not about all that stuff. It's about working with the people who are easy to work with. When inside of my salon, my actual business, we let clients go all the time, right? We fire clients. If they come in and they are difficult to deal with, they're going to be difficult every single time. And rather than stress out about someone difficult, I just market and find new clients. Just because someone wants to do business with you, or attempts or shows the interest in doing business with you, doesn't mean you should get all excited about doing business with them. This is a two-way street, so you don't know what kind of person they are until they come on. I've had coaching clients who wanted to pay me thousands and thousands of dollars, who with the initial interview, no way, I can't have you as a coaching client because you would drive me nuts, right? It's counterintuitive to a lot of the stuff that you may be doing or you may be thinking about. Oh, I got to get a client. No, you got to keep your mind fresh. You got to keep what it is that you're doing going. You got to, you got to build yourself up. You got to have some, belief in what it is that you're doing. You have to have some posture in what it is that you're doing, right? And that increases credibility, right? That increases believability. If you go out there and you actually be you, right? Don't try to be someone that you're not. Just be you. People will connect with that. And I can prove it. Real quick, think about the worst person, one of the worst people in history, right? Hitler. Terrible, terrible human being. How many people connected with him? How many people out there felt the same way he did, and still, there's still people who feel that same way. The fact that people will connect with a person like that should give you some hope that someone will connect with you. Right? You're not that bad, right? You're not massacring people and all of that stuff. You're just trying to make some money online. So why wouldn't someone connect with you? Just be you. You're the best you can be. When people see the same you over and over and over and over and over again, it gives them certainty that you are who you say you are, right? And thus increasing credibility. So I hope that helps you out. That's how I went about building credibility and stuff when I didn't have any results. I leveraged other people's results. I showed the results that I did have. I got my first leads, showed some videos, showed some pictures, taught some people, and then I just, built that up over and over and over again and did that until I started getting the results. Then I started showing those results, and then, here I am. And to give you kind of an idea is, I make these videos all the time, right? I put out at least like 3 videos a week in general. I show you guys all the postcards. I show you guys all the stamps. I show you guys my salon. People still email me and ask me, is the salon real? People still email me and ask me, did I really start this business, or am I just working here? Seriously. People still ask me, are these real? People still, when I'm buying these stamps, and quick little tip, stamps you can't take back. So as you guys see these thousands, as you guys see these thousands and thousands of stamps, there's no way to take those back. Once you buy them, you can't take them back. But people still wonder if it's real, right? So increasing credibility increasing believability isn't something that you're never gonna, once you get over it, everyone's gonna believe you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you make $1,000 online or make $10,000. People don't believe you, right? And increasing your believability is what's going to increase your sales. It's how you increase your conversions. It is. So relax. It's not that big of a deal. People aren't going to believe you even when you make it, right? You can make $1 million online and run into the guy down the street and he's like, well, I don't believe that. Who cares, right? Work with the people who are easy to work with. Use other people's success as leverage and get started. Because the thing is, we aren't born with results, right? So when I first started, I didn't have any results. Should I have not started? That's the same question you have to ask yourself. Well, if this no results thing is going to hold me up forever, then why don't I just quit? Because you're not going to make it, because you're never going to do the thing to get credibility, because you don't have credibility, so they never will join, right? Vicious cycle. It's a stupid cycle. Just go out there and market and advertise, talk to the people who are interested in what it is that you're doing, and the people who are asking questions that you can't answer or that would actually hurt your business, don't answer those questions, don't talk to those people. And when you're talking to thousands of people every single day, those people are so scattered. Like I said, I got a couple hundred people on my list before I even got that question. Before people started questioning, well, what results do you have? I had a couple people on my list. And, the people who asked those questions, that at that point in time, I believe they didn't join with me. But shortly after I got this first question, and this is why it sticks in my head, I had one of my first sales, right, with the company that I was promoting at that time. So people are going to question you, and then people aren't going to question you, and they're going to join you, right? So just keep doing what it is that you're doing, and don't worry about that, right? Nose to the grind and keep going. So I hope that video helps you out, guys, and we will talk soon.